Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is day 6 of the Ezra McCandless stabbing death case in Dunn County, Wisconsin. Today is the 22nd of October 2019. Recaps, because you know, court TV takes a lot of breaks, so we don't hear everything, but I don't need to audio everything because it just goes on about the same thing over and over again. Today's testimonies are on the clothing, DNA, and swabs. So that's what today is about. And of course, at the beginning of court today, they were discussing the DNA, who the DNA belonged to. Did they get DNA? Did they get swabs? It looks like that's a no. The jury heard some things, and they want this taken out because it's confusing. Now, at this point, I don't think the jury knows that she's got a love affair going on with 3 lovers. And DNA could be anybody's. She also was away for a month, and who knows what she was up to then. And they keep calling Alex the boyfriend. Alex wasn't the boyfriend. Jason was, wasn't he? Or was John? We don't know exactly who was the boyfriend at the time. Her love interest was more towards Jason. She wanted him back, it seems like, at any cost. I don't know what cost in her head she was thinking, because John had as much to do with this as anybody as to the love triangle. But the state won, and that this will be not heard, or will be put aside, if you know what I mean. They said she broke up with Alex. You know, Alex said that he was never to contact her again. So, and all that. So what does that say? That's a breakup? That's don't talk to me anymore. I don't want nothing else to do with you, and so forth and so on. But just because she came back that day, suddenly they are lovers again. We don't know what she wanted to talk to him about. Now, as we know, the police were called to Alex's house. They were seen in the coffee shop, and so forth. She ended up back to his house because she probably said, let's talk. Some people just like to talk. What is there to talk about? She brought some items back that were his. Yeah, why don't you just give it to him then? Yeah, here's your items. Why did she go so far out of the way to have a little chat, a chit chat? Now, here's where mistakes happen, because a while back when she was made them false reports alleged, it was thrown out. So about being raped or whatever, taken advantage of. Oh, that's a laugh. She takes advantage of them, of their good nature and their friends, or this is what they love to do. But it's backfiring. It's backfiring. Now, breaking up with him. She came back a month later to break up with him. She wasn't never with him. They weren't an item. So how could they be breaking up? They wasn't even dating each other. Yeah. But anyway, you know, those are the recaps, and that's what they're talking about. Yeah, always the phone going off. They also were trying to get into profiles, the DNA and WSTR. There is no proof that it was Alex's DNA, but there also isn't any proof it was not. Huh. His DNA is going to be all over that car. His DNA's in his blood. So, and her pants, her jeans were never taken off. And as you see the photos of the shirts, the items, the clothing, I just don't know how they got torn up and cut that way. You know what I'd like to see, whether this is possible, whether it's going to happen, is I'd like to see Alex's clothes, just to see how torn up they were. Now, did they have big, long gashes in the clothes and all cut up the way her clothes were? Because I just don't know how her clothes got cut up that way. And some clothes got cut up and some clothes didn't. How did that happen? Did she have a set of clothes handy to change into? Sounds like she may have, because she seems to be wearing a lot of clothes that day. And some is torn up like crazy, and some just got blood and mud on them. Now the DNA, you know, it's all over the place. Now the defense is just going on and on and on and on about, did you swap this, did you swap that, did you swap this, did you swap that? No, she was there to do a specific job for whoever asked her to do. And they don't do no more. There's a job for everybody. And her job was to do this that day. So, there's no reason to be getting swabs for, oh, who's doing it? DNA's on the steering wheel. Who cares? It's her car and he was in her car. So, and there's only 2 of them involved in this case. Well, you never know. Who else would be driving? Her friend Jason or John? Did they meet up with her in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, on this muddy farmland road, in the middle of winter? Right. But you know, she didn't have a phone, because she walked to the farmer's home to have him take her to the hospital. Don't worry about Alex that is dead in the car. You know, don't try to get help for him, but just get some help from me. And that's how her thought process was going. Me. Now the swabs from the ER, her jeans, I mean, she still had her jeans on. And, you know, this DNA, whatever, could have came from anybody, like I said. Anybody. Now they also talk about this bondage, sexism, domination. You know, they talk a little bit about that again. And this is to make Alex look like he was very much into this also. Well, they all were. I don't think there's any denying in that. They were all into something. Alex already know. And his little nickname was Boy for her. I mean, it all could have been all in innocence. You know, jokingly, you know. Do you know what I mean? We don't know what kind of personality that Alex had. maybe he's confused himself, but I think he was gay too. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with this group of people. But Alex is dead. He's the one that's dead, and he has paid the price for her issues. That's my opinion, guys. My opinion. And I mean, I want to know, how long were they out of the car for? How long were they in the car for? I mean, listen, she said at one point, well, she said a lot of things, and she's changed her story a lot of times. It's not consistent. It's not one story, and she goes with it. She's changed the story to fit the narrative. But she's got caught out on them, and she had to change her story or the events that happen and why. Because she's always thinking. She's always thinking. And because she thinks she's so smart, you see. She's so smart. But she did say how scared she was of him and what alleged things he has done to her, and said he's going to do. Alleged, you know, that's between them two. We only got one person that can speak on behalf of these events. The other one was killed. 16 times stabbed to death. She said she was so scared of him. Yeah, but you came all the way from where you came from, your stepdad's home. You stole the keys because he hid them for some reason. Maybe because what you were saying to him, or what was going on. And maybe he heard you talking to somebody. I don't know. Alleged. That's just me saying that. My opinion. You go all the way out of your way and go to the coffee shop and say hi, whatever. You get together, go to this house, and then you go for a little car ride in the middle of nowhere. You don't go, like I said in my other videos, to a parking lot or even back to the coffee shop or McDonald's and have a little chat where you are in arm's reach of someone. No, you drive him to the middle of nowhere, and it's winter and there's mud and there's snow. You can't get your car up the muddy driveways. Well, yeah, you did, but you didn't get back out again. And not really dressed to be on farmland. But why did you end up there? You weren't scared at all. You took him there because that's the place that nobody's going to see nothing. Nobody's going to hear nothing. You can scream bloody murder, but nobody is going to hear your screams. So you thought. Rich Day, he takes the stand, a 15-year in the force, and he deals with a lot of DNA stuff, and they talk about footprints and flags and the prints in the driveway and stuff like that. He is there because he is the one that was doing that part of the investigation. Now, like I said earlier, I like to see Alex's clothes, to compare them with her clothes, to how much his clothes were torn up. Now, remember, guys, it was not Alex's knife. Who's to know if he knew she had a knife? And when did he find out she had a knife? Yeah, when? Because it was not his car, it was not his knife. She brought the knife to the scene because she says her dad gave it to her for protection. When did he give her this knife for protection? when she lied to him about what was going on. But she's the one that went back to it. She's the one that went out of her way back to that town. And in my opinion, she went back there for one reason only. And this was the outcome. This is why we are here today. That she stands on trial for first degree. Now the clothes, like I said, of course the clothes are going to have mud on them, dirt on them, blood on them, some cuts on them. But it seems like when you look closely, how there's cuts only on one side. How did that happen? Yeah. You know, there's a little hole here. I can see puncture wounds or something, you know, that make a hole. But then you've got the whole line is ripped. Now, how did that happen? You can't have a knife going straight down the shirt and straight down the side of it, like you see it. How did that happen? Controlled cutting of the clothes. That's what I see. And remember, she's not left-handed, she's right-handed. All right, some of these marks are on the right side, the left side. But if you're right-handed and left-handed, the cuts of material or your skin, it will reflect like a mirror, you know. So you see a little bit of that going on. Torn the opposite side. If you left them right-handed, clothes torn the opposite side, you know, it's like you write on your arm, but if somebody else was writing on your arm, it would face a different way. I mean, there's a lot of stuff, and the defense keeps going on and on. Yeah, it's their job, but they just defect, the defense, defect. Oh my God. Well, you know, Alice's name is in the dirt. Of course it is. Now they're gonna blame him because he's into this bondage, he's into this. Well, so was she. And so was all of them, probably. They all had a little slice of the pie. And you know, she was gone for a while. You know, I wonder if there's going to be another witness to this. Another lover. You know, because she was gone, you know, a month. So they say. So she says, maybe there was another love interest. You know, I don't think she could go a whole month. You know, like when her boyfriend Jason at the time, which was her boyfriend, said to his friend John, take care of her while I'm gone. Well, I don't know if he said take care of her in the bed. You know, just said, you know, keep an eye on her. Yeah? I don't know. But anyway, what are friends for? Yeah, what are friends for? You gotta be careful what you tell your friends, you know, what to do. Because literally, they will take care of it. So anyway, all the mud in the field and what's on their clothes, what's on their shoes. You know, I still don't understand how the fight started outside the car, how he ended up in the car, in the back seat. Because if the fight started outside the car, then they surely wasn't making love, were they? When did that happen? When did one last time happen? Oh, we just wanted one last time. One last time. One for the road. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that's what you say. We don't know what he said. We're going to listen to your story and we're going to piece it together like a puzzle. So guys, here's some videos of today's court. It's still only lunchtime, so they'll be taking a break again. You know, they start early, they take lots of breaks, and then of course, once again, court TV takes more breaks than ever. So you got little bits here, little bits there, but it's just about the DNA and some clothes. They're just going over and over it again. Redirect, and that's how the events are being played out this morning. And there's more to come this afternoon, guys, more to come. And I'll see you in the comments.